Hello there, and welcome to Fruitful with Jerry Halm. Are you aware that of all the specimens nature gave us, one of the most profound is the fruit tree, and that in that very specimen, there are so many lessons. No wonder when he was about to give man his first directive, he said, be fruitful. Because he knew that by telling us to be fruitful, we'll go study the fruit tree, and in that fruit tree are so many lessons that will make our lives truly fruitful. Join me in today's video and let's have a conversation about being fruitful. Okay, welcome back and joining us. Thank you for joining us on this video. My name is Jerry Halm and this is Fruitful. What we do here is simple. Every single week, we drop you nuggets of wisdom on fruitfulness. And our main focus is, you ask, who are we targeting? If you've worked a bit, if you've done 5 years or more, and your biggest challenge happens to be financial insecurity, you are the right channel. We use the analogy of the fruit tree to ensure that you become more fruitful, especially in the area of your finances. And I've said that when the Creator told us to go learn from nature, he knew that if we were diligent enough and careful enough, we're going to come across amazing lessons that will totally transform our lives. So that is why this channel is here. Yes, of all the parts of the fruit tree, science has proven one thing, that when you plant a seed, the first organ that pops out of the seed is called a radicle. And the radicle is what transforms into the roots. The argument is simple. The tree knows it is not going to move anywhere. It is going to be stationary for the rest of its life. So in the mind of the tree, yes, I meant what I just said, the mind of the tree, because the mind of the tree is the mind of the Creator who created the tree. The most important thing for the tree is to secure its position. It is to secure its real estate. So the first preoccupation of the seed is to generate roots that stabilize or hold the tree. This is non-negotiable for a tree. Secure your spot in life. So first thing, it draws out its roots. What does the root then goes down and begins to pick up nutrients and begins to send it to the rest of the seed. And then the seed begins its metabolism and begins to become what it is meant to become. But it will not become what it is meant to become if it doesn't secure its place, if it doesn't send down roots first. Send down roots first. That is non-negotiable for the tree. It should be non-negotiable for you as well. Are you ready in this life to send down roots? What is it that holds you? What is that value that you hold so dear that you plant down and then from there you begin to grow? Many who have grown without roots have ended up falling down. Because that's what happened to a tree that doesn't send down roots first and begins to send down shoots first. It is just a matter of time before it begins to fall. So it is crucial for us, the big lesson here. And I say always that the first big lesson you need to know is to grow roots down first. Drop roots first. Values. As a person, you should have certain values you wouldn't compromise on. You should be unbending in certain things. I could do this, I could do this, but this one, I wouldn't. Nobody goes to play a football match and the post moves per minute. Nobody will enjoy a game like that. Can you imagine how many goals are you going to score when the pole is also moving? The post moves. No, there are certain things in life that must be unmovable. Everything else can move, but there are certain things in life that must be unmovable. It makes sense of life. If everything were to be moving, we would have a problem in this life. It makes sense that the first thing you want to do is to drop roots first. So way before shoots start going up, roots already have gone down. There are trees whose Roots go down for even months. Some have said that there are bamboo trees whose roots go down years before they even pop up. It is important that you do that. Except for a few plants, it is known that active growth starts first with the emergence of the radicle. The emergence of the radicle. Ensure that you send down roots first. The fruitful know it. So the fruitful in life start by first ensuring that they are stable, they are well grounded. They are well grounded, and they are not grounded on shifting sands, but they are grounded on rocks. They are grounded in such a way that nothing would move them. They are grounded in such a way that they are not shifting. You would see a sapling, a seed that is just growing out and all that, but to pull it out, you need some strength. Why? It is built roots in the quiet, in the underneath, where there is nobody seeing. It is building roots first. Before you step out to face this life, you must build roots. You must have roots, right? You must have roots that are going down and they become your lifeline. Everything else, the roots is going to bring from the soil to the tree. So the roots are key. The simple know that they must get grounded before they attempt to emerge into the open. Too many people are not grounded and they are out there, falling with every wind of that comes their way. Every shaking kicks them down. Why? Because they did not ground themselves well. They're fruitful, know that they are fully aware that the kind of trials, tests, and temptations that would greet an ill-timed emergence will not happen to them. Ill-timed emergence, you would face crisis that you have no idea of. So it is important that you get that clear, that the first things you need to send out are the roots. They are the roots. The fruitful grow before they show. I'm going to repeat that. The fruitful grow before they show. We live in a world of social media where people show before they grow. They go out there and show before they grow. Don't be like that. Be like the fruitful tree. It grows down before it begins to show up. Grow down, show up. Grow down, show up. Is it not interesting that the Isaiah 37 verse 31 in the Holy Scripture says, and the remnant that is escaped of the house of Judah shall again take root downwards. Because if you don't take roots downwards, you are walking dead. You are walking dead. Take roots downwards before they bear fruit upwards. Read it. Isaiah 37 verse 31. They take root downwards and then they bear fruit upwards. Are you deeply rooted before you begin to show? Right? The fruitful know that fruitful life is not constructed from outward achievements, but from an inward foundation. Are you grounded? Are you grounded? Because you want to grow significantly, you first better be well grounded before you go out there. It's important to recognize that developing roots first means that the plant begins to draw in its first nutrients even before it begins to emerge. So by the time a plant emerges, it is actually drawn its first nutrients. It has become one with the soil. It is understood where it's finding itself before it begins to show forth. Be grounded before you show forth. Have capacity. Build enough muscle before coming out into the open. Have capacity. Build enough muscle before coming out. The most embarrassing thing for you is if you went out there, it will be most embarrassing. Think about it. You went out there flexing to be something, and then someone asked you a question and you embarrassed yourself. You're not grounded. You were not grounded. You didn't grow roots downwards, but you began to show fruit upwards. And when you do that, you wouldn't last in the market, right? Success, like Jim Rohn said, is not something you announce. It's something you build. I like that. Jim Rohn said that success is not something you announce, it is something you build. And when you build it, people will see it and then they will announce it. You don't go announcing it, right? Build it. It's something you build. Success for the tree happens when no one can see it. Because is God not amazing? Why did he put roots out of our sight? So that's the seed is out of our sight. Instead of coming up quickly, the seed is underground, working underground. Working underground. That is why some have said that don't come announce to us the deal you just signed. We don't care. Don't come announce. Let's see the deal working. Sometimes we rush too much to come out to show when we've not grown. So when you consider the fact that the roots are the most important first organs of the plant, you can say that underneath the ground is where the tree builds its real strength. Underneath the ground, the trees is gathering momentum. It is gathering strength. Hide yourself sometimes. There are times in your life when you need to hide yourself. Get off social media for a while. Stop posting anything. Stop posting. There is a new phase in your life that you're about to show. Stop posting. Hide. Let no one see what you're doing. Let them not figure what you're doing out. Right? And then when you come out, we would see. We would see. We would announce it for you. Too many people do not wait to be well grounded before they become well known. Right? Be well grounded before you become well known. Don't grow rapidly without first building on foundation. It is only a matter of time before you are found out. Don't be in a rush. Don't push something that is not there. The foundation is very important. This is the lesson the fruit tree is teaching us. First, put out roots first. Without taking time to build a good enough foundation, the road to the top will be rockier than necessary. So build roots first. The fruitful know it. They know the importance of drawing sustenance from experience and learning. They therefore ensure that they pack as much information, knowledge, and understanding earlier on in their lives. They don't rush. They don't rush. They take time. What you see on the outside as success is years and decades of somebody behind the scenes building themselves up. So the first thing they send out is the roots. The first thing the fruit tree sends out is the roots. That should be lesson for you. Drop roots first. Drop roots first. Become well grounded first before you begin to show forth. Be well grounded before you become well known. Because you see, when you become well known, you're going to face certain challenges. You're going to have to fight certain battles. And those battles, I'm telling you, if you're not grounded, you'll be in trouble. And we see that millions of times. We've seen it over and over again. People who gain some wealth and gain some popularity, but because they didn't ground themselves, before long, challenges come their way and boom, the tree dries out because it did not have roots. Roots first. When the master was talking about the parable of the sower, he said that the seed that fell among rocks because they did not have roots. First things first. Roots first. So let that be a lesson for today. When we come back, the next video, we'll talk about another lesson still from the roots of the fruitful. This is Fruitful with Jerry Halm. Go water it with more understanding, right? Prune it with more skill. And then and only then will you be truly fruitful. See you in the next video.